Looked out there today, Coach, and saw a couple of your ends that kind of like a middle linebackers. Something you came up with during the game, or something you had planned on?
No, we ran out against Navy too. We just stacked a little stack three, I think, scheme. We were using Melvin in there as a middle linebacker, and then ran some stunts off of it and things like that.
Oh, is there any concern that Clowney might not be ready to go next week, or what do you know about that?
Well, we've got Clowney and 2 or 3 others right now that we hope are not serious. Vontae had to come back out of the game, was put back on status, concussion. Clowney came out. Can't remember the other one right quickly, but Reggie Bourne's got a shoulder on the first kickoff. I didn't have 2 linebackers at the end of the game, and we've got some major problems right now. Demario Jeffrey's probably gone. I'm thinking who else, other than Devontae. DJ Swearingen hadn't practiced in 2 weeks, and he's playing that way. It's just been really tough, and hopefully we'll get him back, but he's not the only one. We got a bunch of them right now. We'd be very questionable. They probably won't practice a full practice week next week, but it'll be very questionable.
Ellis, did Citadel play much more physical than some of the other teams that you faced, and that's why there were a lot of hiccups this game?
No, I think they were just kind of freak things. Shaq Wilson, somebody got spun around and caught him in the side of the knee. I don't know about the concussions. A lot of times concussions, you look for a gigantic collision out there, but most times concussions happen where a kid gets kicked in the head or something like that. You'd have to actually look at the film to find them. I thought they executed extremely well. I thought they did a great job with their offense. And we did some things, stunts and blitzes and things to try to create some negative yardage, and did not get that very often. We got 4 balls on the ground, but they got them all back. But I didn't think it was particularly physical. It's just typical wishbone stuff with a lot of cut blocks and people on the knees and ankles and those kind of things.
Anyone else?
Ellis, if you're going to be missing some of these players next week, what do you think is going to mean for Clemson?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. I don't want to speculate on it too much. They're just, there's some key guys right now that are not practicing, that are getting to play. And there's some key guys right now that we don't know if they're going to get to practice or play. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's part of football, at this time of the year. We'll see who's ready to go and who's not. Disappointed in some of the backup guys. They got scholarships at Southeastern Conference School too. Some of them are not playing very consistently and not playing very well. And there shouldn't be that kind of drop off. Your starter's obviously your best player, but there shouldn't be the kind of drop off we're getting right now. Some of these guys are getting an opportunity to play. They need to step up and get it done.
Ellis, I know that you had to work on option all week this week. What sort of problems does Clemson's offense particularly provide to you?
Well, what we did each day is we had at least a 15-minute period where we ran our base defenses against various formations so that our kids just didn't completely forget about our adjustments. And frankly, it took a little time away from preparation. But I don't think we're having problems switching back over. It's that late in the year that I think our guys, they're starting to know what we do. We played Auburn and Mississippi State, very similar in the style of attack. So you've got some games you can go back and kind of draw upon, I guess. And we're trying to change some things up that didn't work well. But the most important thing right now, we're going to get some players back.
Quinn Smith, he was out today. Do you expect him back? How long was he out of practice? And Demario Jeffrey, Coach Boyer said he may have a cracked bone, may have a sprained ankle. Do you know anything?
Well, only thing I've told at this point in time is Demario's a high ankle sprain, severe high ankle sprain. Maybe they get in the X-ray, they may find a crack, but a high ankle sprain, you're not going to play on that in a week. Quinn is out with a disc. It's not an extremely dangerous thing, but it's something right now he cannot play with, and we'll have to see if we get him back next week. So he's another one. He did not practice nor play this week, and then lost Reggie on the first kickoff, and we were down to some guys that hadn't really repped very much. So we've got to get some of those guys back open.
James? Now that you can look ahead to Clemson, are you sort of personally excited for this week? It's how anticipated it might be.
The Clemson game?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always excited about it. Having a lot of personal background associated with the schools and the high schools in this state and the football and so forth. I always think it's a great game. It's a tough game for me. I got a lot of close friends up there, and you know, it's tough, you know, but it's just like today. You know, it doesn't have anything to do with the preparation or the, you know, the work you put into it and wanting to beat them. But you know, hopefully it'll be a good game. We got a lot of work to do if we're going to make it a good game. But you know, hopefully it'll be the kind of game everybody's hyping it up to be.
Ellis, at this time of year, what can you do to get the backups to be obviously closer to the starters like you'd rather they be? Is there, what can you do?
Just practice. I mean, we got 3 days, and that's it.
Anything else for Ellis?
Good.